Good evening, everyone, and welcome into episode 14 of the Forge Podcast, brought to you by Shotgun Sports Network Alabama of Shotgun Sports Network. My name is Ryan Messer, and we've got a lot to get into tonight. Birmingham Legion wound up releasing some news this past week, as well as we got to jump into that match versus North Carolina FC from yesterday. We also have a few things to go over with the Birmingham Bulls and Squadron as they're preparing for their upcoming seasons. And then the Stallions released some news from this past week as well. But before we get too far, I want to thank you guys for watching, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. Continuously still streaming on or posting on there, as well as whether you're listening to us on Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, or Audible. Thank you guys for watching and listening. It means a lot. What keeps us going, but if you like what you see, let us know. Share it, like it. Let people know that there is commentary and news for Birmingham pro sports and not just the collegiate sports around here. If there's something more you want to see or something you would like to see changed in the format of the podcast, let us know. Shoot us a comment or a direct message. Just let us know what you would like to see. If you'd like to see more interviews, if you'd like to see interviews from other people, certain individuals, let us know. We'll try to get that to you as well. But we also have to thank Blue Spring Living Water, who supported us for almost an entire year. It's insane that it's almost been a year since we've been working with those guys. People have been asking me, what's so special about Blue Spring Living Water? And what makes it living water? So living water is just water that flows from an underground source, such as a spring, that has minimal human interference and no disgusting chemicals like you'll find in tap water that is generally treated because it comes from usually a more stagnant water source that's in open air to where it can be contaminated. But this Blue Spring is naturally minerally infused water that tastes great. So make sure you get it delivered right to your door, or you can find it at your local grocer. So check out bluespringlivingwater.com. And with that, this is episode 14 of the Forge Podcast. We're going to start things off with the Birmingham Legion, who had a transaction over the past week. Veteran goalkeeper Matt Van Oekel wound up suffering an injury and is expected to miss multiple games, potentially the rest of the season. And with that, the Birmingham Legion wound up signing emergency goalkeeper J.P. Philpott. So just a little contingency plan in case anything else happens. Not sure if we'll be seeing him, but I'm sure he'll be practicing with the team this upcoming week as they get ready for their upcoming game. But we got to get into yesterday's game versus North Carolina FC. Started out with a strong physical matchup up front from both teams, but North Carolina FC wound up scoring early in the 8th minute. Both teams kept moving the ball up and down the field, exchanging possessions, and then a pass from midfield by Tyler Pasher to Enzo Martinez, who wound up finding the back of the net in the 32nd minute. Kind of changed the trajectory there. So in the first half, the Legion wound up having a slight advantage in time of possession. But overall, the stats were pretty close as the game was tied. Coming out of the halftime, there was a very controversial yellow card shown to Kobe there in the 46th minute. So I think that kind of dialed the team down a little bit. And in the 59th minute, North Carolina FC wound up striking again to retake the lead. The strong defensive stand we saw in the first half started falling apart then, because in the uh, 65th minute, North Carolina struck again and found the back of the net. Birmingham did get one goal back as Suhir wound up knocking it in the 89th minute. But there were a lot of close calls in stoppage time by Birmingham, a lot of close shots on goal, but they just couldn't get the tying goal in, so it wound up being the 3-2 in full time. So as it stands right now, Birmingham is 12, 13, and 6, and they are still 7th place in the East. But on Sunday, they have their last regular season home game, and this is really must-win soccer at this point. Sunday at 5 p.m. at Protective Stadium. Make sure you get there, because this is going to be the last regular season, potentially the last home game for the Birmingham Legion, as they will take on the Las Vegas Lights FC. Jumping over to the Birmingham Bulls. Last Monday, the Bulls announced the signings of forwards Philemon and Arkip Ledzianku. So excited to see what they will be able to bring to this team. We've got a lot of newcomers coming into camp, as well as some veterans with this team. So excited to see what camp looks like, which starts tomorrow. So as soon as we find out some more information, we're going to try to get that to you, try to get some footage from camp, and maybe some availability, some interviews as well. On Saturday, we will see an exhibition game as the Bulls will take on the Pensacola Ice Flares for a little exhibition game in Pelham Civic Complex. And then the first regular season home game will be next Friday, as they will take on the in-state rivals, the Huntsville Havoc. Switching over to the Birmingham Squadron, who had a couple transactions over the past week. On the 30th, Audis Tony wound up getting traded to Rio Grande Valley for Trey Mitchell. Most people from Alabama may know Trey Mitchell, as he played for South Alabama men's basketball. On the 1st, the Pelicans wound up signing Adonis Arms from the Birmingham Squadron, and they wound up releasing Isaiah Brockington, which kind of a shock there. I don't know if he'll be back in Birmingham, but we'll see. But today they wound up completing another trade where Birmingham wound up receiving Marquise Chris and a 2025 first-round pick for where we traded with the Wisconsin Herd to give them Leon Robbins. So few transactions there. So as soon as we find something out about camp with the Birmingham Squadron, we will let you know, try to get you some footage from that as well. But these guys should be some really good additions there. They also released the promotional schedule on Wednesday the 2nd. We actually have a few things, like it starts out with November 9th with the Hoops for Troops night, where they're going to give away aviator sunglasses. They're going to have on the November 30th, we're going to have Rivalry Day, where they'll have Jared Harper bobbleheads. So make sure you get there for that one. They're going to give away Lego sets for STEM night on December the 4th. And then we'll see on they'll have Star Wars night on January 26th, where they're going to give away foam light up wands. So that's going to be awesome. They've also got all kinds of jersey giveaways. There's so many things that they haven't even announced yet. So make sure you check it out. We've shared it across social media. So if you miss anything, make sure you check on there. Um, so it seems like it's going to be a very good promotional schedule there for the Birmingham Squadron. But we also had the Squadron's chaplain, Matt Bostic, Pastor Matt Bostic, wound up going for a record this past weekend. He went for the record for most free throws in 24 hours. And Friday evening into Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, sorry, he attempted the 22,000, but was able to get 21,001 in a 24-hour period, in the 24th hour. He was trying to do 22,000 because last year 22,000 people went back to prison because they didn't have housing or any kind of educational assistance there to help them get back on their feet. So he was doing this for Lifehouse, and they sit there. They have facilities that you can live for a while to get an education, get your GED, get back on your feet. They teach real life career courses such as welding, cooking, stuff like that to help people get back on their feet after they come out of the justice system there, and try to keep them out of the prison system. But he wound up, like I said, getting the 21,001 in the 24th hour. He broke the record actually in the 23rd. So amazing. That's his, I think, second or third world record he's completed. So crazy how dedicated that man is to this cause. So make sure you check out Lifehouse. So they've got places here in Alabama, up in North Alabama, down in Montgomery, and over in Louisiana as well. Switching things over to the Birmingham Stallions. They wound up having a single transaction over the past week where on the 3rd, they wound up signing defensive tackle Perion Winfrey from Oklahoma. Excited to see that. We've got a lot of new guys coming in, and then we've still got some core guys coming in as well that we've had for the past 3 years. But they actually also released this past week on Wednesday that there's going to be a fan event this Thursday at 5:30 p.m. at the Southern Kitchen and Bar rooftop patio. So there's going to be photo ops with the trophy, the UFL Championship trophy. Marlon Williams and CJ Marable are going to be there. They were there last year, but when it was at the Protective Stadium. And then you're going to have interviews with players and Skip Holtz as well. So make sure you get out there this Thursday at 5:30 at Southern Kitchen and Bar over there in Uptown. So it's going to be amazing. We're going to have interviews with Coach Holtz, so we're excited about that. So I know it's been a while since we've had interviews with players or coaches recently, so it's exciting to get some interviews in as well. But in closing, we've got that fan event on Thursday. The last regular season home game for the Birmingham Legion upcoming this Saturday at 5 p.m., as well as the Bulls camp starting, supposed to start tomorrow. So, and then the regular season starts next Friday as they will take on the in-state rivals, the Huntsville Havoc. And then the Squadron camp is coming soon, along with their their winter showcase, and then the regular season. But we will keep you updated as soon as we find anything out. So make sure you guys stay tuned. But that's all we have for this week. So I hope to see you guys at the events this weekend. We're going to try to be at the game, all the games that's coming up this weekend, such as the exhibition game with the Birmingham Bulls and the last regular season home game for the Birmingham Legion as well. But if not, or if I don't see you guys at the fan event on Thursday for the Stallions. But if not, I will see you guys next week right here. Same time. Good night.